Did you want to be more central? I feel like you're off-center in a way. That is fine, but it's just confusing to me.
That's just like Henry in a nutshell, isn't it? Off-center in a way that is fine, but it's confusing to everybody.
And I guess I'm off-center too, in the fact that I'm a communist.
Yeah, that's a thing that you are. This is a communist podcast.
This is a corner for communist Spider-Man fans.
Yeah.
Oof. Just hit by a wave of tiredness.
Yeah?
These days are dark now.
These are dark days, and you know what they say? It is darkest before the dawn.
Did you just you know what they say, and then try to come up with something that they say straight after that?
I was gonna do the whole Harvey Dent thing, but I was like, do I have something better than this? And then my brain went, no, you don't.
No. You know what we need?
What do we need?
We need energy.
We need rocket power, is what I would say.
Rocket power is one thing. Big dick energy is another thing.
We need big dick energy to do this podcast on Spider-Man the animated series.
No, we need more than that. We need big wheel energy.
Big wheel energy?
Yeah,
Oh shit. Well, what better way to use our big wheel energy than record another episode of That 90s Spider-Man Show podcast where we talk about Spider-Man the animated series. We go through it episode by episode. We've done a fuck ton now. This is the 32nd time we've done this. This is season 3, episode 5, I believe. We're talking about Rocket Racer, and inadvertently we're also talking about Big Wheel, even though we really don't really want to be.
I really want to be.
That you're hearing now as Jack, he is your co-host, and I'm Henry. Yeah. And we talk about this TV show called Spider-Man the Animated Series, and record it for you, the listener of the podcast.
I think we do it for us, and they are just witnessing the car crash as a bystander.
This is pretty much for us, and there might be people listening, but I kind of do it with the idea that no one's listening.
Yeah, and it's a car crash, but it's a big wheelie style car crash.
Oh my god, how many do you have?
This is how we do it. Big wheelie style, baby.
I kind of wish now that this cup of tea was a jar of whiskey. Yeah, so
that can be arranged.
Give it a little while, because I've got a lot to go through here, and I'm gonna need a lot of whiskey. But yeah, we're talking about Rocket Racer, talking about Spider-Man anime series. Now, Jack, do you remember where we left off last episode?
Goblins.
Yes, Jack, goblins.
Well, Goblin.
What colour was he?
Green.
He was green.
And he got amnesia'd away. Oh, speaking of amnesia, I was thinking about our amnesia counter that we established and immediately forgot about.
Abandoned, yeah.
Yeah, I want to bring it back.
Amnesia about our amnesia counter.
But the thing is, right, we talked about amnesia and we were like, okay, there's been 2 instances where 2 because of Spider-Man's Doc Ock amnesia.
Like a medically induced amnesia, an MIA.
Norman Osborn's Goblin amnesia.
GIA.
Yeah, but we also have, I completely forgot about this, Baron Mordo amnesia'd Mary Jane and amnesia'd Spider-Man.
Magic-induced amnesia?
Yeah, so
MIA
I think...
again?
And technically there were more disciples of Baron Mordo who were also amnesia'd, but...
It's fucking Amnesia City, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's we'll think about just the main characters, but then I think that puts our counter up to 4.
We're on 4 for the amnesia count.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, Rocket Racer, right?
Rocket Racer.
I had this strange thing with this episode where it was one of the few that I remembered.
Really?
You know, I knew this was coming up well in advance. Because I remember rewatching it on YouTube or something when I was 17. What the fuck? Big Wheel is a personal favourite of mine.
How much do you like him? Do you really like him?
Yeah, I do.
So you play this game, motherfucker.
It's funny how when I do it, it gives me energy, and when you do it, it drains it from me.
That's how puns work.
Yeah.
They're like the vampires of joke.
Yeah. I know this is a Rocket Racer episode, but I feel Big Wheel is the Joker in the Dark Knight, where it's everyone's talking about Big Wheel. Whenever Big Wheel isn't on screen, we got to be asking, where is Big Wheel?
Rumor has it that Michael Caine, the first time we saw Big Wheel on screen, he forgot all of his lines.
Big Wheel was awarded a posthumous Oscar
for his portrayal of Big Wheel.
Yeah.
I remember the year this episode came out, there were lots of people cosplaying as Big Wheel for Halloween. And every Big Wheel since then has kind of measured up against this Big Wheel.
Yeah.
It's into Big Wheel performance.
I think for anyone who's why do you keep saying Big Wheel in that order that amount of times? Just Google Big Wheel, because I feel like it's really important to know what Big Wheel looks like. He's a man in a big wheel.
Imagine a guy in a hamster wheel, but if that was stupid.
But like a maneuverable one.
This is going to be like a school reference what no one will get, which is part of the course. Mm-hmm. But it's like that like weird like circular motorbike you get in Borderlands 3, which you haven't played.
Yeah, no clue. It's big and it's yellow and it's a wheel.
Yeah, you kind of sit in the middle of it and it like wheels around you and it's stupid as hell. And the more we kind of describe it to you, the less you'll understand.
Yeah, and I kind of want
like a good place to be for this episode.
I'm going to really fight my desire to just talk about Big Wheel for the next hour and ask you to like start our recap so we can actually go into the episode that's not about Big Wheel but about Rocket Racer.
Do you know why you don't talk about Rocket Racer?
Why?
Because you're a rocket racist.
We're like fighting for episode titles so far, right?
It's just like we've had like 10 minutes of episode title pitching and none of the recap, which I will start right now. So to answer my question that I asked you about 10 minutes ago, we kind of left off with Spider-Man tongue deep in Felicia Hardy's mouth.
Did we? Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Right. Fuck yeah, I was right.
Did you say Peter Parker or Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, because that's the distinction, right?
Yeah. It's like, it's not Peter Parker, like, getting some. He had a pause away being like, I can't do it, Felicia, because superheroes can't have girlfriends.
Yeah.
And also many other reasons. I know we were talking about this last episode, but Felicia, that girl needs therapy. It is insane. Like, I'm not a therapist, and I don't want to, like, judge people I don't know, or who don't exist. But also, like, if a serious, plausible thought in your mind is, I want to be in a relationship with a guy in a costume who saved my mother once, maybe it's not about Spider-Man.
You know what? I'd say the only person in this show who doesn't need therapy is Big Wheel, because that guy knows exactly who he is.
He's beyond therapy. Therapy can't help him, man.
I think he's self-realized, man. Like, the world is a wheel, and I'm at the center of the wheel. I make my own wheel. This is a wheel of destiny.
A wheel of fortune, you could say.
I mean, he's a wheel of unfortune, I guess.
Yeah,
misfortune.
Yeah. The thing with the big wheel is that's relevant with him is that he's just going around in circles.
I think it's important to know it's not the big wheel, it's Big Wheel. The Big Wheel...
The Dark Knight version of Big Wheel.
No. I think the Dark Knight version, that has to be like something like the Rolling Guardian or something like that. But the Big Wheel, that's like the third or fourth reboot where they're like going back to basics.
Robert Pattinson is Big Wheel.
Yeah, what if Big Wheel was a real guy?
Yeah.
What if this was a real wheel? What if he was just in a big tire rolling down a hill?
I mean... And it's got like fucking Zack Snyder with this like fucking dude rolling down the hill in slow motion.
versus a very sad, spiky man.
Yeah.
To understand how much I want to talk about Big Wheel and how much he's like stuck in my brain, you have to realize that I'm going to deviate away from talking about Steppenwolf and his dumb little...
Was that what you were referencing?
Yeah, he's the spiky man. The sad spiky man.
He looks like he's made entirely of toothpicks.
Yeah. It's just his face for me. He's got like the frown, the sad, angry, I'm a villain face.
No, it's the existence is pain face, why am I alive face.
Please kill me. There are spikes on the inside too. It's like there's it's just his mouth is like probably inverted like a emoji of an unhappy face. He looks completely ridiculous.
It looks miserable. It's really hard to eat when your mouth is upside down.
I think he just eats like a fucking trout though. He just like drifts around like with his mouth open like
eating, a whale just eating like krill and plankton.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, whilst like, I don't know, spearing shrimp on his elbows. I think there should be a scene in the Snyder Cut where like Steppenwolf it's like a Ferris Bueller chase through like gardens, and like every time they jump over a fence and Batman's doing all his flips over fences, and it cuts back to Steppenwolf and he's got like a child attached to him and a hose and like grass and a dog growling because everything's...
Someone's like bikini top is like...
He's just like a Velcro man like rolling around.
What we've just described would be more entertaining than what we will get in the 5-hour version of Justice League, the Snyder Cut, because it's a TV show now.
Yeah, one of our one of our listeners mentioned about doing an episode on the Snyder Cut one day, and I think we both said that like we need a new tier to the Patreon to make that happen.
Having spent money on Blade the series,
did you spend money though?
Didn't we share it? Did you pay for it yourself?
I think I paid for that shit myself.
I mean, you could have like asked me to pay for it. I would have done that.
Well, I'd be asking for like half of like £3.50.
But the point being is that like.
The point being, we should get like a business credit card that I can use for my expenses.
If you bought like Blade the series off of your own accord, I feel like that was like a line we cannot cross, and I feel like Justice League buying that and like paying it for ourselves is crossing that line. I would much rather pay to watch Blade the series again.
It sucks that it's a real toss-up decision now.
You guys don't really think about it, because you were about to be like, oh, that's ridiculous, Henry, but then you thought about it, and you were like, shit, I'd rather watch Blade the series. And that's to say that we fucking hated Blade the series, but at least it was easy to hate. It reminds me of that thing with Sally Field, where she was talking about the Amazing Spider-Man. She's saying, you can't fit 10 pounds of shit into a £5 bag, and that's what we're going to get for 5 hours. It's just like this really, really, really like high-pressurized bag of shit. Anyway.
I'm trying to think of a segue from bag of shit into making out with Felicia. But he kind of pushes her back, right? And is like, we can't do this shit.
Again, like with Peter, it's always like he looks like he's doing the right thing, but it's like, most of the time it's him having like performance anxiety, or he's like playing a long game here.
Well, I think he doesn't want to... He realizes that he doesn't want to pull the Val Kilmer move, you know? He wants to, like, not cockblock himself.
Also, he kind of realizes, if I have sex with her, I'm going to take this costume off, and she's going to realize I'm Peter, and then she won't have sex with me.
Yeah, there's no imagination there.
Felicia, at this point, I should reiterate, is like, I need you to know how I feel about you.
Yeah. She's clearly, like, in a, like, damaged emotional place. Like, I don't think it's even a joke to say that.
So, Spider-Man, probably, like, nursing half an erection, goes after a bit of commotion in the city. The not titular Big Wheel. And he's robbing these banks, right? And he's carrying these dudes on jetpacks with him, and he's shooting down the bank doors.
It's so funny. It's
so needlessly convoluted.
Yeah, he's like robbing. Is it like diamonds or something? Like,
it's like diamonds come in later.
Okay. Well, anyway, he's like, is it a bank he's robbing now?
He's robbing several banks at the beginning.
Okay, yeah, and so the idea is that he rolls through the door and just smashes through in this gigantic wheel.
Yeah.
Which is what, like 15, 20 feet high or something?
Yeah.
And then all his minions have fucking jetpacks. And that's the thing that throws me off, because he's the leader. Why does the leader have the worst vehicle?
Yeah. He claimed it. It was like, no, I have the big wheel. I get to drive the big dick car, you know? Yeah,
well, he should get a car.
This is the most impractical vehicle to rob banks with. Imagine, like, being like a cop afterwards, and the bank manager goes, oh yeah, like, the robber escaped in a giant wheel.
Yeah.
Don't know how we're going to track that down.
No disrespect to Big Wheel, but a little wheel would have been fine.
Yeah.
Or maybe 4 wheels attached to some kind of vehicle that you can sit comfortably in.
Or like even like 1 wheel attached to a saddle would be less impractical.
Put a couple of those jetpacks on the wheel so at least he could fly around as well, but he's just rolling everywhere.
Yeah. Much like the sun rolling, it sucks. Imagine like a bank manager being like, okay, do you want a license plate? And the police will be like, actually, no, we're good. We'll just look for the path of destruction.
Yeah. It's literally impossible to lose this guy.
But yeah, Spider-Man swings to the rescue, and he chases the jetpack gang up to a roof, and he's about to take them down, and we kind of see this big wheel drive up the wall. And this episode has already driven me up the wall. But a note I had here was that, like, he must have gone to the same mechanic as Blade did.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
What is it with the 90s and cars and bikes driving up walls?
How do you make a wheel more exciting?
Add it to, like, a cool vehicle?
No. You make it bigger. I mean, let's not get sucked into the mind of Big Wheel. You know, it's too big for us to comprehend.
It's so empty as well. Okay, so yeah.
I'm a bit upset about how much shit talking Big Wheel's getting. He's my hero.
He really sucks. Let's be Wheel here. He's just not very good. So yeah, Spider-Man's like, what do I do? How do I, like, fight this dude?
Never had to fight a wheel before.
No. I'm on a wheel pickle here.
Stop, please.
Oh, no, you've opened these motherfucking doors.
It's the same pun.
It's the same pun, but
it's the same pun 3 times in a row.
Anyway, a little while later, this is paragraph 2, by the way.
Oh, God. Just...
Teenage boy named Robert. He's walking through the streets. Coincidentally, he's a skater boy. And he's going to pick up medication for his mother before she can say, "See you later, boy," because she's gravely ill. As he's skating back home, he notices Spider-Man. And Spider-Man at this point is accosting 2 of the thugs and leaves a pile of money on the floor. And Robert, being a dumb kid, kind of like runs over and is like, "Oh, look, it's money." And Spider-Man wants to go after Big Bill in the meantime, but realizes that he's completely out of webbing. Which, I feel like this is going to be one of those things where, like, I'm going to be like, "What the fuck?" And you're going to be like, "That makes sense." But what I will say is that if you're Spider-Man and your whole thing is like, "I need to swing around, otherwise I will fall to my death,"
Yeah.
You prepare enough webbing to not do that, you know?
He's a running thing in this show of him running out of webbing. I mean, how else are we going to have ad breaks?
Yeah, but this isn't even time for an ad break. He kind of like goes, "Oh no, I'm completely out of webbing," and he kind of like lifts up his like little costume, and you can see this utility belt full of like 5, 6 pockets where webbing would go, and all of them are empty.
Maybe he's used them all.
For what? In one night?
Maybe he didn't top up since Goblin.
He wasn't using that much web in Goblin, was he? He wasn't going like, "Oh shit, I'm out another web. Hold on, Gobby."
You know what? Maybe he's just fucking lying. Maybe he's just saying it to justify the fact that he wants to go home.
He's like, "Yeah, fuck this. Oh no, I'm out of webbing." The problem is no one's going to hear him. He can just go home. No one's going to be like, "Spider-Man, why aren't you fighting the giant wheel man?"
Oh, this is the guy who talks to a fucking gargoyle, so...
I mean, the gargoyle's definitely ghosted him at this point.
Yeah, where's Bruce gone?
Bruce is like not taking his calls. But yeah, okay, so back to Robert, who is picking up some money when the cops show up. And surprisingly, for New York, he's not shot dead on the spot. Nor is Donald Trump calling for his immediate execution.
Yeah, but he is... those cops do take a weird pleasure in catching him in the act of doing nothing.
Yeah, look, we finally got one.
Have we mentioned that Robert is black?
Oh no, well, he's black. He is an African American.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so cut to the police station where Robert's mum shows up, and you know it's all going to be okay because she brought with her a sexy white lady. Felicia's kind of tagging along behind her, being like, "It must be some kind of mistake."
Yeah, because Robert's like one of the kids at their like the Hardy Foundation science fund or whatever.
And like Robert's mum, who we're gonna call Mrs. Farrell for like brevity's purpose. So Mrs. Farrell starts with the old exposition machine, and she explains to her, Felicia Hardy, "My son was a criminal before he met you and your foundation, and he got into your science program." And then Felicia kind of pays his bail for that good old white guilt, and then like Robert kind of goes, "Oh shit, I didn't do anything, Mom." But he's like, "Because I didn't do anything, I got like arrested anyway for picking up stolen money."
Yeah, so I might as well be
criminal.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Farrell pretty much tells him to fuck off with that bullshit.
Yep.
Like John Sepper Jr., that was his first draft, was like, "Fuck off with that bullshit, boy. I'll kick the shit out of you, motherfucker." But instead she says, if you become a criminal, it will destroy me."
Yeah.
Let's reiterate, she is dying. Next morning, Peter Parker goes to the Hardy Foundation, where he volunteers as a science teacher.
Yeah, it hasn't come up before, but sure.
I guess, like, if you're a science teacher in the US, that's only slightly worse than being a paid science teacher. Because they get paid shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, Peter's, like, looking over at the science project from Robert, who is not in this room, sadly. This kid is Iron Man or some shit. Like,
yeah, it's like some weird-ass gyroscope roller coaster thing.
Like, this kid is, at best, like, 17.
I mean, it says something about society that someone that smart has to become fucking rocket racer.
Yeah. It's rocket racism, is what it is. Systematic rocket racism. Anyway, so yeah, this kid is fucking Iron Man, and Felicia walks in, and Peter, at this point, it isn't like, outright stated, but, like, he 100% has a boner right now, because he's remembering his, like, previous kiss with Felicia, but as Spider-Man, and in that kind of mindset, he's like, "Let's go out for dinner, baby." And she's like, "No, I'm seeing somebody."
Yeah.
Red flag number 2, Spider-Man. If you ask somebody out and they're like, "Oh yeah, like, I'm sorry, I can't go out with you, I'm dating Spider-Man," you're like, this person's a crazy person.
I mean, this is when it actually veers into Batman Forever territory.
Yeah.
You know? Because it's I'm interested in another dark, mysterious man, and just like, oh wow, I have 100% like ruined my own chances by not even getting any.
Yeah. Somehow I got like the worst of... I snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah.
Missed an open goal. So, between Michael Morbius and this bullshit, Felicia needs therapy. At this moment, though, Jason Phillips, who I'm pretty sure showed up last season as one of, like, Deborah Whitman's co-workers.
In that episode, I thought he was a young Vulture, like when he got de-aged, but I guess he wasn't.
But he's like a different dude. He's just like a creepy-ass dude, because, like, Flash is immediately like, what the fuck? And yeah, he walks into the classroom and dude is like immediately like, you wanna go to dinner, Felicia? I don't know why he's there. Because it's not to ask her out, but like, as soon as he sees her, he's like, awooga! And he goes...
I mean, he's like establishing as like the other guy, I guess.
He's like helping out the Founding Foundation? No, the Hardy Foundation with money or something? And she's like, oh, this is Peter, this boy who is not gonna have sex with me. And
I think it's like a love triangle between this guy, Peter Parker, and Spider-Man.
So I love square. I love quadrilateral.
Who's the fourth?
Spider-Man.
Who's the third?
Peter.
Who's the second?
Jason.
Who's the first?
Felicia.
Shit. I forgot to put the object of the affection in the shape.
Yeah, that's your fault. And at this point,
you know
like when
like
the listeners listen to this point, they're actively booing you.
You know what? I just want to say we add one more person to this, and it's not a love square anymore. It's a love wheel. It's a wheel of love.
I want to be dead right now. Anyway, he asks Felicia out right away, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm not doing anything." And later that day, we're with Robert again, and he's at his mum's grocery store. You know, and then this insane shit happens.
Yeah, the gang from Howard the Duck. Like,
I kind of think they lost extras from the set of Friday the 13th Part 3.
Yeah, that is also true. Like, this proper, like, biker gang, like, come in and start just punching cabbages and...
Some guy, like, kicks over, like, a crate of melons.
Yeah, it's ludicrous.
They're asking for protection money, like it's the Sopranos. Yeah, give us some of that sweet grocery store money that all grocery stores have.
Yeah.
Or we'll burn your $200 business to the ground.
It's one of these things, right? Like, I know,
Hope
obviously...
you, like, burn oranges, bitch.
I know crime like this exists and there are dickheads out there, but these kind of versions of criminals are just, like, evil for no reason.
It's like trying to mug a homeless man. It's like... It's not about the actual, like, wealth, it's about the principle of being an asshole. Hey, dying woman and her teenage boy, give us some money, we'll burn your entire livelihood down. What do they expect to happen?
I'm the good guy in my story.
Yeah.
Okay, store lady, if you don't come up with 10 times this amount, we might have to have a neighborhood bonfire and use your store as fuel.
A short while later, Peter walks in being like, hey, Robert, you left your fucking gyroscope in my classroom today, where the fuck were you? And then Robert kind of says to him on the back of, like, his traumatic event with the biker gang that he's not going to go to school anymore because he needs to know how to survive in the real world. Peter very nearly, like, flips over a chair and sits on it backwards. Robert goes skateboarding. And he bumps into a dude, and I'm pretty sure this is the same dude that robbed the bank earlier because otherwise this scene doesn't make any sense.
Well, the same one who's, like, robbing his store.
It's the same one. Is the one who's robbing his store? I thought that was, like, an unrelated gang.
I think they're the same.
I thought they were from, like, the robbery.
I think they're all the same. This is the insane thing.
What? Like...
I think these people who are doing jetpack jewelry heists in their free time rob grocery stores.
Just to, like, get that taste of thievery.
Just to flex their evil muscles, I guess.
I guess if you don't, like, rob a bank for enough time, you forget how to do it.
I think Big Wheel doesn't give them lunch money. Maybe it's they don't actually get a lunch break, so they're like, well, we have to work on our lunch break.
Might as well, like, go and, like, get some melons.
Yeah.
It's a real close circle, that Big Wheel. There was a joke in there where I didn't quite have, like, the patience to craft it together.
Time is a big wheel?
Time is a big wheel. Time is a big wheel. Sometimes you just gotta go out there and just gotta rob a bank with a giant wheel. What the fuck are you talking about, Cole? That was my Woody Harrison. We can cut this.
Your Woody Harrison sounds a lot like Gary Coleman.
I'm bad with southern accents. Anyway, the man drives off and Robert follows him on his skateboard. And they go to a warehouse, and the big dude with the big wheel is congratulating his men on the success of the crime they did.
Yeah.
And did I have this wrong? But did he, like, brag about being like, oh yeah, I used to be a mechanical engineer, like a notably lucrative profession.
Yeah.
But instead, they laughed at my big wheel, so, like, now I'm robbing banks with it. They said I was crazy, but who's crazy now?
Still kind of, like, a little bit less insane than the comic version, but
This dude fucking sucks.
And his name is Mr. Wheel as well.
So actually his name is Mr. Wheel.
Yeah.
This is some weird manifestation of years of bullying. Wheel am I? I'll show them a big wheel.
You're so close to the truth, it's mad. Yeah. So he's having his little conference with his jetpack bros.
The jetpack gang. And he's like, next time we're going to get some diamonds. Because diamonds are forever. Like wheels. And Robert kind of like sneaks around them. So he finds some random equipment and he just runs up with it. And little does he know that a security camera is watching in this entire thing. And he immediately, like, makes his skateboard rocket-powered. And he's like, you know what, I'm gonna be a superhero now. Goes back home and he starts sewing together a red costume. Mm-hmm. And his mum walks in. And like, what you doing there, son? And considering that she bailed him out of jail not 24 hours ago, she has 0 questions. She's like, yeah, this is fine. Robert already has a name for himself. He should call himself Rocket Racer. And he kind of goes like, okay, I'm going to get this diamond before they do, so I can make money for my mum. And he does that. He goes to the big diamond district before Big Wheel. Somehow Big Wheel is late because he was stuck in traffic. He had to go under a low-hanging bridge and got stuck.
Yeah, he had to like take the long way around.
Yeah. While that's happening, he starts to make up for the goods. But then his mother's voice echoes in his head. Yeah. And she's like, I will literally die if you become a criminal.
And he's like, yeah, not worth it.
But unfortunately, he trips another alarm on the way out. And then, like, somehow, J.J. Jameson is immediately on the scene. He's like, oh, look, a black person looking like they're doing a crime. I'm there. And Robbie's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Spider-Man happens to be swinging by some TVs. And I don't know if you noticed this, but there's a family just, like, together watching this TV. Set up TVs outside this, like, hardware store.
I think the 90s were a wild time, man. Yeah. A lot of people had to go out into the streets to watch TV.
Yeah, it's like the notoriously prosperous time of the 90s.
That always happens in movies, though. Yeah. Right? Of, like, people, like, crowding around shops to watch TVs.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't happen anymore. I don't know why.
Partly because it's, like, maybe they have smartphones. Maybe
that's probably it.
Yeah. Spider-Man kind of, like, watches the news and he's like, oh, shit, Rocket Racer is doing things. And he thinks, oh, this is part of the Jetpack Gang. And he goes to chase off Rocket Racer for a bit. And they have a little, like, chase scene. At some point, something happens and he falls off his skateboard. And he has magnets in his boots. And they get, like, stuck to the bottom of an elevator, which is slowly descending.
This is actually kind of terrifying.
Yeah. It's a horrible way to die.
Yeah.
It all seems kind of lost. They're like, what are you going to do? Help me, Spider-Man, help me. And Spider-Man's like, I've got it. Goes in the elevator and hits the stop button.
Yeah. And he makes such a big thing of it. Yeah. It's kind of great.
And the funny thing is that, like, he could have done that, like, immediately. That, like, it's like his 3rd or 4th choice of action. Rocket Racer is saved, but at this moment, Mrs. Farrell kind of, like, looks up at the screen. She realizes, oh shit, my son's doing crime. Yeah, that's not good for her health. Rocket Racer races away, and Spider-Man gives chase, and he throws a tracer onto him, so he can catch up to him later. Back at Big Wheel headquarters, Big Wheel's checking out the news, and he realizes, oh shit, like, that kid stole my equipment.
Yeah.
It's been multiple hours. And he goes to, like, the security camera and like, oh shit! There was a random kid in my, like, warehouse. How did I not know? And he kind of, like, goes, okay, I've got to kill this kid before the police get a hold of it, because they're going to want to know where this, like, jetpack technology comes in. They probably have to interrogate him, to be honest. They're going to be like, I guess it's to do with the guy with the giant wheel and the jetpacks. So he's, like, he's on the death trail for Rocket Racer. But Spider-Man gets there first. He follows Rocket Racer back to his home, and he realizes, oh shit, Rocket Racer is actually that 17-year-old Iron Man kid. And Spider-Man's like, why are you so horny to go to jail, man? And Robert says, how do you want to have to do to survive, man? This is the mean streets. Let me just go on my rocket-powered skateboard, okay?
But this is like a proper thing, right? This is when it starts veering harder and harder into after-school special, right?
It's like Dangerous Minds all over again.
I mean, it's a proper thing of, like, I haven't seen Dangerous Minds, by the way. I have no idea.
I've not seen Dangerous Minds, but, like, all I know is, like, so Gangsta's Paradise, the music video is just, like, just clips of Dangerous Minds.
Right.
Literally, Michelle Pfeiffer does a whole, like, thing where she, like, flips a chair back when she kind of leans and goes, so, you want to tell me what this is all about? But it's Coolio on the other side. And he just starts rapping at her. Now I think about Dangerous Minds whenever I hear that song.
And you think about that song whenever you watch Rocket Racer?
Whenever I think of, like, inner city kids being taught by, like, a white person.
Well, either way, like, this
so
is when...
Robert kind of tells him, yeah, I've been spending most of my life living in this Gangsta's Paradise.
Well, he gets Spider-Man to check his privilege. That's what he does. He's like... There's, like, a level of, like, cringe to this episode with that stuff, but, like, I do kind of like it as well.
It's trying to say something.
Yeah. And he does kind of be like, okay, well, you can say, like, yeah, don't do crime, but, like... Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
You don't know shit about...
You're just a guy in, like, a red and blue leotard.
Yeah.
Should I be taking life advice from you?
Wasn't getting arrested once enough to teach you your lesson? The lesson is to survive, man. It's not an easy thing down here. I bet when you take off that mask and go home, you don't come to this neighborhood. See, I didn't steal anything, but everyone thinks I did. So what's the point of playing by the rules, man? Tell me that, Spider Guy.
At this point, Felicia Hardy walks in and it's kind of awkward because she's like, oh, Spider-Man, I didn't realize you'd be here. And they have a little awkward moment. And then she goes, hold on, Spider-Man, one sec. Robert, your mother's gravely ill in hospital because she saw you on TV doing crime. What were you saying, Spider-Man? At that moment, Big Wheel shows up, being like, I've got to kill this kid to preserve my secret as the guy who drives the big wheel. The big wheel of crime's got to keep on spinning.
I think it's like a classic misunderstanding, that leads to like a meet cute,
Yeah.
He has a board, he has a wheel. Can I make it any more obvious?
Needless to say, he wasn't good enough for her.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he was a skater boy, and he was fucking Big Wheel.
He was Big Wheel.
It's that overgrown hula hoop again.
Spider-Man holds enough and gives Felicia and Robert enough time to get out of the building and drive off. Felicia, to her credit, commits to the bit, and Big Wheel was like, it's time for me to shine. This is exactly why I have a big wheel. Otherwise, this is just stupid.
Finally.
A car chase. But Rocket Racer gets out of the car before Felicia can get crushed. And Big Wheel was like, I got you now, boy. Somehow, Rocket Racer falls off his skateboard and he's about to be crushed. But Spider-Man swings in to save him at the last minute.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man and Rocket Racer team up to shock the big wheel.
Yeah, they trick him into wheeling over a wire.
My one weakness, electricity. Imagine making a giant big wheel car and failing to insulate it against electricity.
Yeah, I find it really hard to get inside the mind of Big Wheel.
Is this thing powered by gas or is it an electric? Is it?
It's powered by wheels.
Wheels upon wheels.
It's wheels all the way down.
Yeah. He can only afford drive-through, so he's constantly having meals on wheels. You can be sure he doesn't have a loving family at home.
Well, he has a family. It's the Jetpack Gang.
He doesn't need a family. All he needs is the wheel.
The wheel is his wife.
Yeah. Come on, honey, just a little bit of action, I've had a hard day. What do you mean you have a headache?
His first name he was going to go for was Big Wife.
Big Wife.
But instead he had to go Big Wheel because everyone pointed out that it's a wheel, not a wife.
Yeah. So yeah, the big wheel tumbles towards the Hudson River, and before Big Wheel can savor the small dignity of death, Spider-Man saves his life, and he's forced to suffer the ultimate punishment of living as Big Wheel.
Big Wheel without the wheel.
He's just the tire now. So yeah, at some point during all of this bullshit, Rocket Racer's like, wait a minute, science is good?
Crime is bad?
Crime is bad, science is good.
Yeah. Crime leads to big wheels and mum comas.
Yeah.
And science leads to a job.
Yeah.
And also big wheels.
But seriously, if this doesn't happen, Robert doesn't find the warehouse, Big Wheel is maybe one bad day away from hooking up a noose to the top of the wheel and then just hanging himself from it.
I feel like the wheel is a noose in a lot of ways. And then he's
to be
100%
fair, it's really
gonna...
easy to commit suicide in that thing.
Yeah, he's 100% lose suicide by Big Wheel.
It's a cry for help of a cop. It's so stupid. And we're back at the Farrell household where there's a nice tender moment between Robert and his mother. I just wanted to help you. I didn't want to be a criminal. And she's like, we're a team. And it's just a really sweet moment. And they hug and you're like, oh, this is great. And you kind of pan over and Peter and Felicia are just watching.
Yeah, it's they should have left a long time ago.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
Isn't this another family moment, Peter, that we're just intruding on?
I think she's just daydreaming about Spider-Man and he's trying his best to worm his way out of this ridiculous love wheel he's become a part of.
He thinks if I stick around here long enough, this will all kind of just sort itself out. Later, we cut to the grocery store where the Biker Gang return.
Oh, right, yeah.
We're gonna burn your place down. This time Spider-Man's waiting for them, ambushes them. Spider-Man does his thing, but the notable thing here is that Robert skates over on a skateboard and just fucking Kevin Bacon kicks this dude with a skateboard.
Kevin Bacon kicks?
In Footloose.
Oh, okay, I haven't seen Footloose.
There's this all-time moment where Kevin Bacon just flying kicks a dude from 3 feet away. It's amazing.
Does he do it while dancing?
No, he's just he's dancing inside a building and there's some guys outside. He's like, hey, fucking Kevin Bacon, I'm gonna fuck you up. He runs out of this room, runs across to him, and flying kicks this dude in the face.
Nice.
It's amazing.
Would have been cool if he did it with a skateboard.
Would we call it with a big wheel? Yeah. And then that same night, Spider-Man, just having a normal one, just watches Felicia go on this date. Are they gonna make out? But no, she kind of goes yeah, let's see each other again. And then Spider-Man's like, okay, maybe it's time to move on.
Yeah, I need to find another woman to watch from the shadows.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's like decided to find actual love.
For some reason, it's not working out.
Yeah. Who would have thunk?
He's just like justifying it in his head of like, oh, for fuck's sake, screwed up another one, this time because of Big Wheel. Spider-Man can't have a girlfriend because of Big Wheel.
Yeah. Girls don't like boys, girls like big wheels and money. Anyway, that's the end of the episode. That's the end of Big Wheel.
Is it the end of the puns?
We'll see.
Ah, well, I suppose it's all for the best. Well, sweet dreams, Felicia. It's hard to let you go.
So, what do you think of this episode, Jack?
The last note I made for this when we were watching was the fact that this episode is good is ridiculous. This is like the stupidest concept ever, coupled with 90s Saturday morning cartoon version of Let's Deal with
the big issues.
You know, and let's
also
talk
Big
about
Wheel.
Let's talk about crime and kids and race and
it's Big Wheel with the big issues.
It should all fall apart, but like I actually liked Rocket Racer's story, and I
Yeah.
thought his whole magnetism with his board and like going up buildings and then getting caught on the lift, that was cool.
Yeah.
And I liked that Peter like had to actually kind of learn a lesson about like not just treating him as a criminal, but actually, you know, the idea of actually like
Wait,
having
does Spider-Man really profile this kid?
no, I mean, well, he does. He has the moment of like, not all of us are living it up, living in a bungalow with our crazy aunt.
Yeah.
You know, like some of us have like mums that go into the coma at the slightest crime.
Yeah. Some of us get like attacked by bucket gangs who want to burn down our melons.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta live in luxury, Spider-Man.
Yeah, I bet you have crates of melons at your fucking house.
You're fucking melon city over there, Spider-Man. And he's like, no, it's just honeydew. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I just thought it was genuinely like just a good episode, and
Yeah.
it was like really well paced. The action was good, and Big Wheel was in it. I can't believe that the Big Wheel episode is good.
Like, neither can I. Big Wheel is just like this thing where you're like, it's like a Hydra Man thing where there's a cool story going on and there's like an asshole in the background.
Yeah,
Like-
I will not suffer Big Wheel being in the same ranking as Hydra Man. Big Wheel is like, I don't know, like the conversations always becomes about like who's Spider-Man's greatest foe, Dr. Octopus or Green Goblin, and I think it's Big Wheel.
I disagree.
What's more of a natural enemy of the spider, a goblin, an octopus, or a wheel? I bet more spiders get killed by wheels.
I feel like it's really hard to run over a spider with a car.
Well, that's why you get your own solo wheel that you can...
So a unicycle. So the next time a spider's like in your room, you're gonna be like, let me get my unicycle out.
No.
Stay
do
still.
you think Big Wheel like saw a unicycle when he was a kid and then was like, what if I was inside that wheel?
I want to be a unicycle when
I
I
don't
grow
want to
up.
be on top of the wheel. I want to be inside the wheel. I want to be one with the wheel.
Or like his parents became by a Ferris wheel and he was like, you know, I must become what I fear most to strike fear into the heart of my enemies. So he became a giant wheel. Big Wheel begins.
Yeah, so
On a serious note, though, it's funny you bring up the idea of like a 90s like Saturday morning cartoon, because I think of all the episodes of this show so far, this is the one that felt most like a Saturday morning cartoon.
yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I actually
Yeah,
kind
it
of
was
enjoyed
very like, you could see how like there's a nice message,
Yeah.
it's very wholesome, and there's toys you can sell.
Oh yeah, I guess also a Big Wheel.
Yeah, I guess that's a toy that, you know, is still on like some shelves in some like creepy ass like defunct Toys R Us
It's
now.
like covered in dust. Will inexplicably sell for $200,000 on eBay.
I'm just imagining like on Christmas Day, like asking for like a toy from Spider-Man the animated series, and then you're like hoping, you're like, come on Venom, and it's fucking Big Wheel, you know?
Yeah, you go to the other kids in school being like, will someone trade my like Big Wheel for a Madam Web toy? This is like the biggest loss in like what was it, like Hasbro history, you know? Avi Arad was furious. But yeah, it feels like very much like something like a child would watch, and like you can kind of see like the futility of this exercise as a podcast, because it's like, oh yeah, this is really stupid for me, but like I can see why a 10-year-old would enjoy this. Maybe not even a 10-year-old, like an 8-year-old would. Like anything beyond that, you have like the capacity to know that, oh, this is depressing. I don't want to be Big Wheel when I grow up.
I want to be Big Wheel when I grow up.
Why? You kind of already are, because you're kind of depressed.
Well, because like 2020 is just such a mental year that I'm kind of like, fuck it, let's become Big Wheel.
2020 is the big wheel of years.
Yeah. Big Wheel is kind of like the Florida man of the like superhero community. Weird asshole doing stupid shit.
I think he's just more like the Alaska. He's just kind of like bleak and terrible. And everyone forgets that he exists until he does something really like inane. And everyone goes back to forgetting him afterwards.
Yeah.
And he voted for Trump. You know it's true. There's no way Big Wheel didn't vote for Trump.
I don't know. I think like in today's climate, Big Wheel has a very good chance of becoming president of the United States.
President Big Wheel.
Yeah, President Wheel. Shall we jump into some comic book origins?
Yes. I would love to hear more about Big Wheel and his origins.
Yeah, and we're not going to do that. A lot of the time, like this show kind of like follows quite closely to the origins of stuff. And Big Wheel is quite similar in the comics, but there's just like a level of like nonsense to it that I'm not going to be talking about this week, and we're going to be dedicating a whole episode of Weird Little Bullshit Corner to it, because I mean that's why that series exists.
Yeah,
is for shit like Big Wheel.
Well, Big Wheel was probably like the genesis for this podcast.
Yeah, like I need to talk about this in podcast form.
Yeah, I need to create an entire form of entertainment to talk about this one pathetic asshole on a giant wheel.
Instead, we're going to be talking about the origins of Rocket Racer. Get excited! It's Rocket Racer.
Yeah!
There was a weird thing in the comics in the 70s where, like, loads of black characters had skateboards.
I think it was until, like, 79 where, like, one of the writers actually met a black person.
Maybe some other people know this story, but there was something about, like, one of the Marvel writers, I think a black writer, at some point, making a stand against Marvel editors by being like, I refuse to have this black character have a skateboard. Like, is that level...
Is that the whole intervention for the Marvel, like, officers?
Yeah, it was this level of, like, please stop giving them skateboards.
This isn't, like, a thing that we do.
Yeah, and it's also just, like, what is this the most magical thing you can imagine a black person using?
I feel like, in the 70s, the Marvel comics... like, every black character's comic book origin was, like, a prostitute giving birth into a skateboard.
Yeah, pretty much. But with Rocket Racer, he's very similar as in this show, actually. But he first debuted in The Amazing Spider-Man 172 in 1977, written by Len Wein and with art by Ross Andrew. He's basically, like, right at the start of this issue, he's chased by Spider-Man through traffic because he stole a briefcase full of bonds and securities from someone on Wall Street. So straight away, it's kind of like, I don't know why Spider-Man's chasing him, because this guy just robbed a criminal. Leave him to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Spider-Man's gonna, like, beat him with a nightstick or something.
And then, yeah, he's it's the same as a show where he's got, like, he can go at walls with it, it's rocket-powered. He also has, like, a rocket punch. It was called Rocket Punch.
So, like, he has, like, I'm guessing some rockets on his wrist. Then he uses them to, like, power his punches. Then dislocates his shoulder right away.
yeah, basically. And he also, like, launches, like, little rockets at Spider-Man. And basically, he doesn't even take a full issue to take Rocket Racer out. He gets the front cover, but, like, it's, like, a third way into this issue that he's apprehended.
Is it like in Tony Hawk's first game, the team when you fuck up a trick and he just falls to the ground?
Yeah, pretty much, actually, because he like goes off a ramp to try and get onto this highway. As he's like launching off the ramp, Spider-Man just like webs his skateboard and he just goes flying and just like goes into traffic and like smacks into a truck and like completely face plants. And
he's like dead.
And then Spider-Man makes the thing of like, oh, I made a web cushion so he had a soft fall or whatever.
Motherfucker was hit by a truck.
He got hit by a truck. I mean, he goes into the side of the truck, but still, like, that dude was going like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's a freeway. It's like a fucking 10-ton vehicle.
Spider-Man just, like, webs him up and drops off his probably lifeless corpse onto a cop car and says, see you later. He appears again.
Heavily bandaged. Mildly brain damaged.
He turns up again in the Big Wheel story, which is kind of similar to this, but we'll get into that in the Weird Law Bullshit Corner. He has this whole tangle with Big Wheel, and then he turns up again in the Spectacular Spider-Man 104 in 1985, after like not being in comics for like 8 years or something. He's robbing shit again, and Spider-Man tries to stop him, and then he finds out that he's basically has to steal shit because he's being forced into it by another guy. There was this whole thing where his mum couldn't afford to bail him out of jail, And then so they took out a loan, and then the loan shark's like, well, now you got out, the interest is crazy high, go steal us some shit because you're a rocket racer.
That's the move.
Yeah. Spider-Man helps him out, and the bad people get arrested, unlike in real life. And the whole experience kind of turns Rocket Racer against crime at this point. That's when he turns back to his studies, and he ends up going to Empire State University, where he ends up getting into a lot of clashes with, like, hate groups.
I was going to say, like, the campus clan rally, but that's...
Literally what happened.
Yeah. Like,
No,
so
no,
many of my
exact-
jokes in this podcast and me going like, wouldn't it be funny if that dumb thing happened in this comic and you'd be like, that's exactly what happens.
I mean, it wasn't KKK, but it was a white supremacist rally.
Of course it was.
And also, like, an anti-mutant rally and stuff, and there was all this shit going on.
It was just, like, blanket racism.
Yeah, and there was a lot of, like, Peter, like, being like, I'm on your side, but don't rocket racer it up, you're going to go to jail again.
Yeah.
And then him going like, fuck it, I'm going to do it.
It's
And
Peter going like, I got your back, but there was a race war. I'm coming for you.
a rocket race war.
Yeah.
But they end up fighting this guy who's the most insane villain, who's only in, like, one issue, I think.
So, like, half of Spider-Man's villains.
I've forgotten what his name is. I can't remember his name. He's like Freddy something. But anyway, he's
Freddy
like this.
Krueger?
He's like a white supremacist asshole. Then there's this whole story about how he's actually secretly Jewish, and it's about him over his story. Like people were racist to him, and then it made him racist.
That's not how racism works.
Yeah, well, it's the whole thing. But then it ends with this most insane, horrific shit. It becomes like fucking like David Cronenberg out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Where Spider-Man's trying to make a new webbing because his webbing's like fucking up. And he tries this experimental formula, but it's accidentally corrosive. And he's like, oh, I won't use that, but I'll just keep it in this jar in this lab. They end up having a fight in there. And the white supremacist dude like picks it up, and Rocket Racer shoots a rocket at him. And it blows up the corrosive webbing, and it goes all over this dude.
Plus a broken glass.
Yeah, and he melts and turns into this weird-ass, like, glob. And that's when he starts declaring himself as the villain Skinhead. Oof. This image, there's him.
I already put my glasses on. But yeah. Oh my god.
He just looks like he's got no skin and he's dripping. And in this image, he's calling himself Skinhead, the White Redeemer.
Without the context of knowing these are white supremacists, I'm like, there's no way that character's not a white supremacist.
And then here's another thing of him, like, this is him as Gloop. Because he can turn into, like, Gloop, and he's, like... He's basically the concept of whiteness made material.
He's the essence of whiteness.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like the T-1000, but just made out of whiteness.
I'm pretty sure that Gwyneth Paltrow sells this guy on her website. And in this image as well, like... Rocket Race is, like, trying to help him, and then he says, help me. Now there's a concept. The day I accept help from an evolutionary dead end is the day I die. This is like one of those issues that goes super hard on.
This
like,
guy's like committed racist.
Yeah, and it's also like this whole thing, right, of like one of the many, many times where older comics show up the fact that people complain about politics being in comics nowadays. Because this shit has been around for a long ass time.
What do people fucking think comics were about like 30 years ago when the world was going to shit constantly?
Big wheel.
Like, we miss the days when Big Wheels were in comics, you know? PC culture has destroyed Big Wheel.
Yeah, when the whole MAGA thing was just about bringing back Big Wheel.
Yeah.
So after this, he ends up like trying to use his Rocket Racer powers ? For good. He gets like hired by Silver Sable, who a lot of people might actually just mainly know now from the PS4 game. Yeah, she's basically a mercenary for hire, and in the comics she mostly goes after like neo-Nazis and shit.
That's the move.
Yeah, but she also like does shit for money as well. And she hires a bunch of like ex-cons, like Sandman actually hangs out with her for a long time and stuff like that. And Rocket Racer also is used in missions.
Yeah.
And he turns up a lot in like random things like the Amazing Spider-Man annual for like 1985 or whatever. It'll be like a 50-page comic that has like a 5-page story about Rocket Racer in it.
Yeah. Does he show up and see all the villains there and go like, what is this? Some kind of Suicide Squad?
Yeah. And then it gets a bit shady. After this, I haven't actually seen Rocket Racer in anything, but like from looking up, like doing research online, he actually just completely fades out. He's around. There's actually a second Rocket Racer who is one of those things where they always do in comics where like someone pretends to be his friend so they can find out where his gear is, and then they take it and then become Rocket Racer. And then Spider-Man just like takes him out and he's never appears again. I've forgotten the name of that guy because he's even more forgettable than the original Rocket Racer.
Yeah. Such a long game to get Rocket Racer equipment.
It's a long way to go to like just crash and hurt yourself terribly.
Let me take this vehicle, which is notorious for like falling off, like if you're not like, completely good at it, and like add rockets to it. I can't believe this and my rocket-powered skis didn't work.
I mean, they really should have like done a third Rocket Racer, but it's just like Bam Margera with the equipment. And he's just
I'm Rocket Racer, and this is Jackass.
And then his dad like gets pushed too far and becomes Big Wheel.
Oh god, imagine the horrible shit Bam Margera would have to do to make his dad Big Wheel.
But anyway, past this point, Rocket Racer pretty much just like turns up in random points. There's this whole thing called the Avengers Initiative, which is like...
Isn't that a thing from that movie?
Okay, it's not the Avengers Initiative, it's called the Initiative, and it's like this post-Civil War things where they're like, we're gonna have superheroes in every state, and all these superheroes have to like be trained and give their identities and work for the government.
So they're like elected congressmen who can blow up buildings.
It's like the Electoral College, but superheroes. And Rocket Racer
What if like AOC has superpowers?
But like Rocket Racer is one of these people, but then he turns up in things like that, like he's in that. And then there's another thing where he's seen working for MODOK, and then it turns out he's a double agent for S.H.I.E.L.D., but then his plan fails, and then he just like doesn't turn up in that story again. And then he's
out in the next election.
And then he's in like Avengers Academy, which is about like training young people to be superheroes, and he's just there and then isn't again, and he just kind of like
shows up and disappears again.
And I think it's a lot of time people just wanting to pad out stories with like, let's put Rocket Racer, he can be one of these students.
He's a token like black supervillain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like a token like anti-hero, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he's meant to be like a good guy.
Yeah, it's like whenever you need like a black superhero and Blade is busy. I'm sorry, motherfucker.
It's such different tones though.
Yeah.
The main difference with Rocket Racer in the show and then in the comics is that it takes like 3 or 4 appearances before Rocket Racer like starts to be slightly sympathetic with the stuff with his mom and stuff. Yeah. And even then he's like got such bad anger issues. Whereas in the first issues, like he has that anger and stuff, but he's just like a huge asshole.
He's just angry.
Yeah, he's just like, I love crime, I love stealing shit.
Yeah.
I got a skateboard, fuck you, Spider-Man.
Yeah. What you can do now, Spider-Man? Where about my skate? Oh shit.
Yeah.
How did I not see that coming?
And that's Rocket Racer.
That is Rocket Racer. That is quite the origin.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken... Wait, hold on, before that. It's time for our favourite segment of that 90s Spider-Man show. Who's daddy this week, Jack?
The daddy this week has got to be Big Wheel, right?
You don't have to explain any of that.
I mean, like, I don't know who else it would be.
I guess it'd be Spider-Man because he's like the father figure for this kid as he like learns how to reclaim his faith in science.
Yeah.
But no, let's go with the guy with the giant big wheel who clearly has never flopped.
No, I mean, Who's the Daddy this week isn't about, like, how many children have you fathered.
But, like, it's like a factor into it. And, like, we're talking
No,
about,
it's not. Being a daddy is not about just genes.
It's a little bit about genes.
Doc Ock was the daddy the previous week, and he didn't, like, birth anything.
That you know of.
Yeah, but anyway, my reason
you missed,
behind
like,
Big Wheel...
Season 3, episode 4.5, where Dr. Octopus gives birth.
Big Wheel, my reason behind Big Wheel is that he is the daddy of the Jetpack Group.
He's like a father figure to those. Like...
Yeah, and they're all his troublesome kids, and he's organising them, and that's it. I guess I don't really have anything else. I just don't want Spider-Man to be the daddy again.
Yeah, I guess.
He's done enough mentoring with Tiana.
Well, she's dead now, so like...
No, she got cured like the next day by Hope.
And then now she just knows Spider-Man's identity, so he's going to have to kill her to like keep his secret safe. Either way, that kid is dead. Yeah, so I guess this week, Big Wheel is the daddy.
Yeah, so you agree?
I can't help but agree.
Yeah. We got no amnesia this week, right?
No, I wish I had amnesia so I could get Big Wheel, but like... sadly.
I'm going to be thinking about Big Wheel for the rest of my life, I think.
Yeah. If you have a kid, you call it Big Wheel.
Yeah. I'm going to be like 105 on my deathbed and, seeing the light. And then randomly in my head, Big Wheel will turn up and it'll be my... with my family and friends around me. And then I'm just like, why the fuck are you in my head right now? It would be like Citizen Kane. I'll drop, I guess, a wagon wheel on the floor, and it'll break, and I'll go, big wheel.
And everyone will be like,
what does it mean?
What does it mean? At your funeral, we'll load you into a giant big wheel and just roll you into traffic.
Yeah, that's the way I want to go.
Yeah. I mean, like,
And for your funeral, we can strap you to a rocket-powered skateboard.
like Weekends at Bernie's, but like combined with Tony Hawk. Yeah, that's the level of dignity I deserve when I die. Anyway, speaking of ends of things, not only the ends of our lives, hypothetically, is the end of this episode of That 90s Spider-Man Show. We've talked a lot about Big Wheel and Rocket Racer, and we've learned a lot about race and about privilege. Isn't that nice? Any last words, Jack? Any last words? Sorry, my voice broke there. I'm an adult now.
In the words of Rocket Racer in this episode, this is really whack, man.
That is true. And that is the end of That 90s Spider-Man Show. As always, thanks for tuning in. You know where to find us on the podcast thing. Subscribe to us, do all that stuff. And remember, Big Wheel is the genesis for this show. So, thank you, Big Wheel.
This one goes out to all the big wheelies.
Yeah. Wheel us out, folks.
This one goes out to all the big willies.
Big wheel, the high roller, strolling through with an entourage. Hard to camouflage when you live in this lodge. I be smooth like DeBarge with a 5-car garage. Out for the night with my squad, and we be flossing down to 15. My whole aura gleaming. Who that kid in the green V? Envy brother scheming. I ain't thinking about them. Racing chicks in the pink BM with my speakers tweaking. Freaking off this weekend in Las Vegas. Boss players all across the board, move makers and shakers. Money can't break us, but the places it can take us. Big wheel in the limelight, rhyme time. And we gon' have some fun tonight. Now how we do it.